So VNets is what I'm looking for. I'll get my virtual networks. I want to create my virtual network right now. Okay. Let me go ahead. I can see I already have few virtual networks are already available. And every single resource which you create on Azure, right? It has to be inside what we call it as resource group. Okay, and I can also see what location it is in. So one of my resource, one of my VNets is in East US region, another one is in Central US region. But I want to create a new one right now. Let me go ahead. I'm going to create another new one. I'll stick onto the East US region itself for that. But I want to go ahead and create one. Let me go ahead. Go for create. And I'll go ahead and create on a to be deleted resource group so that down the line I can scrap it. Okay, let me go ahead and create a new resource group for this. I will go for creating a new resource group. I call it as my first session on. Okay, some of the key things which you need to notice while you're creating a name is you cannot use spaces in between, and you can potentially give hyphen. You see, I give the space, it says I can't even give the hyphen at the end of the name. Okay, so I got to make sure my name is complete and aligned. I'm okay with this. I'll say okay. Now let me go ahead and give the name, virtual machine name. I call it as, sorry, virtual network name. I call it as my first VNet. So this is going to be my first VNet. Where exactly I want it to be in? I want it to be on East US region. Perfect. I'll go next. We will not discuss about security much right now. Possibly down the line, we will definitely discuss a couple of key things related to security in AZ 500 sessions. Over here, if there are any topics coming in, we'll possibly talk about them. I'll go to IP addressing right now. I know I already have a network range from here. Let me just show it to you. Yeah, I'll go back home just to show you virtual missions, virtual networks which I'm having. I have Cloud N on East US region. If I look into its settings team in my subnets, you see I already have 10. Series subnet over here, and even lab subnet, I believe I must be having the same subnet. It's 10.1 series I'm using over here, any which way. So I'll go back and change it to, I delete this address space and I'll create a new address space this time. This time I'll create an address space of 172.16.0.0/16. Okay, and I would like to add a new subnet. Okay, so new subnet, I would potentially call it as subnet purpose is default. Okay, so name of the subnet, I'll call it as my first subnet is what I'm calling it as. And yeah, there we go. I'd keep it like subnet address. This is IP address range. This is the subnet address range is /24, right? As I told you, if you are confused with IP addressing, you can learn it all by yourself. If you're already from infrastructure background, if you have zero knowledge of infrastructure team, I would potentially take you across down the line, step-by-step process of every single thing on infrastructure right from the scratch. Okay, I click on add. So I've added my new network range and new subnet from that particular network range over here. I'm good to go for review plus create. Let me go ahead and